1. Writing on the wall. My mile time wasn't too bad, considering I was, by my count, 3 times undead. This time around wasn't my best, though, and I watched the unforgiving stopwatch ticking in the corner of my visor screen. If I didn't have to wear all this gear, it'd be no problem. However, the heavy boots weighed on my ankles and the visored helmet felt awkward. But hey, at least I looked cool. Good work, Sammy. As much as I adored Naomi, I scowled as she chirped in my earpiece. You made it to Sector 2. Convene with the others in Sector 11. You have 20 minutes. Sector 11? I gawked at the map floating in the bottom corner of my visor. That's clear across the island. Then you better run fast. Remy and Eric are coming from Sectors 17 and 1. I heard what Fleming has planned for whoever is last. And you don't want to be last. I looked at the tiny map. Remy was closest to the rendezvous sector, but she was on the busiest part of the island. Having to keep to the shadows and away from prying eyes would slow her down. Eric, meanwhile, would be coming from the docks. He'd have no problem getting to Sector 11. I should have been grateful for the training exercise, I mused, as my boots rhythmically slammed against the pavement. I was lucky to be on the team at all, considering I hadn't passed the trials. Extra exercises were a small price to pay. Still, though, I was ready for them to be a thing of the past. I stopped at the mouth of an alleyway, peering into the empty street to make sure no one would see me. Even after running all night, the midnight December air that rolled in from the ocean and down the roadways of New Delos was sharp on my exposed chin and neck. I bounced on the balls of my feet to keep warm as I waited for a car to pass. Everything all right? Naomi asked in my ear. Looks like you've stalled. Yeah, I'm good, I wheezed, sprinting across the street as the car's taillights disappeared round a corner. You know how unbearable traffic is this time of day? Someone snorted on the other end of the comm, but I couldn't tell which of the other captains it might have been. A blue light blipped in the corner of my vision. The visor screen flashed rain detected at me, and I scowled. The temperature was too close to freezing for me to care for rain. I kept an eye on the clock as I raced towards Sector 11, taking notice of the dots on my map that tracked Remy and Eric's progress. Remy was moving slow as predicted, but Eric didn't seem to be moving at all. A few more minutes into the run, and I didn't need my helmet to tell me it was raining. The onslaught worked fast to make the pavement slick with icy puddles, and I struggled to keep my footing. Samantha. It wasn't Naomi's bright voice in my ear this time, but Fleming's urgent bark. It was hard to reconcile the militaristic tone with the awkward and nervous history teacher I knew it belonged to. Report to Sector 1 to rendezvous with Eric. Eric's dot hadn't moved since I'd looked at it last. Is he lost? We don't know. He's not responding. I changed course for the northwestern point of New Delos. It's probably a helmet malfunction. Justin's voice was reassuring, and I felt like the captain was speaking more to Fleming than to me. There's a chance he won't even be there. Cool, but if I'm the last one to Sector 11 because Eric couldn't figure out how to turn on his helmet, I'm not doing whatever punishment Fleming has planned. My dot grew closer to Eric's on my map, and I frowned as my visor informed me I'd entered Sector 1. After being nearly kidnapped at the docks here 3 months ago, it was my second-to-last favorite place on the island, beaten only by the museum, somewhere I had also been almost kidnapped and later stabbed. The museum was the last place I'd seen Dad, too, before I'd put a knife through the skull of the monster who'd taken him in the first place. Adrestus had gone on to make a full recovery, of course, still with Dad locked away somewhere.